Today on Energy Contact. If you believe Isaac Newton, then for something to fall down, something else has to fall up. We are going to look at that a little bit today, and we'll see what it has to do with your chakras and your aura. And we'll see what it has to do with your health and growth and self-improvement. So sit down and we'll see what's up with you. We're going to look at some of life's ups and downs right now on Energy Contact.
I'm gonna drive away all these doubts I've been keeping and out. Keep my mind on better things. He ain't gonna worry and I ain't gonna complain. I'm gonna drive away all these doubts I've been keeping and out. Keep my mind on better things. Just keep my mind on better things.
Hello, and welcome to Energy Contact. My name is Joseph Willenbrink. Thank you for joining me today, and thank you to the production staff here in the studio for helping me get my message out to you. Energy Contact is a series that I'm presenting to you as a public service. It's about attaining perfect health, growth, self-improvement, happiness, and realizing your full potential. It's designed to present you a new way of looking at yourself and a new way of looking at the world around you. We're talking about things that have to do with making an energetic contact with yourself internally and with the world around you. There's no difference between the body, the mind, the spirit, the emotion, the intellect, the ego. There's no difference between mass and energy. These things are all exactly the same. There is something about us that loves to categorize, classify, separate, parse these things out, dissect them. Take one little cell, look at it under the microscope, and think we know everything. But in fact, all that health and growth and self-improvement we're talking about happens when we do just the opposite. It happens when we put these things together, when we make an energetic contact between the physical world and the unseen one. We're presenting on these programs a brand new paradigm that's thousands of years old. We're presenting extraordinary topics for ordinary people. And let's move right ahead with that. Let's bring up our first slide. Everyone please understand that I am not a doctor. This show is not a medical show, medical advice show, medical talk show, medical help show, medical nothing show. It couldn't be further from that. Now, I might call myself an energy healer or a chakra healer, things like that. So might a lot of other people. But state, federal, and local governments absolutely do not. They call me no such thing, and it's important to understand that. There's a lot of important information on your screen right now. Please read all of that, if you will, with your full attention. But when you've got it down, now would be a great time to locate a pencil and paper. Here's why you want to do that. At the end of this episode, we are going to run some credits, and on those credits, there's going to be contact information for me. Now, I invite and encourage you to contact me. I'm sort of hoping something I have to tell you today might inspire you to want to do that. But in order to contact me, you're going to need the contact information. In order to get it, you're going to need a pencil. There will be plenty of time to jot that down when the credits roll if you have your pencil ready. So please get that now. All right, let's come back up here. Today's show is episode number 82 of Energy Contact. And if you're tuning in for the first time today, well, thanks and welcome. You'll enjoy the show. These programs are sequential. They build. We're talking about things today that we've introduced and explained and defined previously. However, I do my very best to make sure that every show has a lot of value on a standalone basis. So if this is your first time here, sit back and relax. You'll get a lot out of this show just as it is. However, if what you see piques your interest, well then I will invite and encourage you to look around, because there will be earlier programs airing at later times, either re-airing right here on this station or on in different days in different areas. And if you look for them, I'll appreciate it. All right, and now it's time for me to introduce my co-host. Let's get my buddy Slim on camera here. This is my pal Slim, and Slim is here for a reason. Since we're investigating what it is that the energy contacts in the physical self, we got to know a few somethings about a few somethings, don't we? We have to know something about energy, and this show is all about energy. But all of that energy out there somewhere in some abstract place does us no good whatsoever. It does us no good until we bring it into contact with something, until we bring it into focus with something. My pal Slim is here to help us understand what that thing is that the energy contacts. Remember, a body without energy is just a corpse. An energy without a body, well, it might be a lot of cool things, but none of them are human. All right, previously on Energy Contact, we've been looking at your chakras and your aura, invisible things, and we have seen that what is visible and what is invisible have absolutely nothing to do with what is real and what is unreal. Matter doesn't matter. It's just a projection, an optical illusion, a hologram. It's that invisible world of wavelengths and frequencies and flows and vibrations. That's all that's real. That's all that's important. That's what this physical body is a hologram of. And all of that stuff manifests itself in the form of the internal forces that animate us and the external forces that push and pull us around. Now, we've seen that for our intents and purposes that there are basically three of these external forces. There's gravity that falls down, entropy that falls apart, and energy that falls up. In other words, we here in this physical world will keep falling down until we hit the earth. And then we'll either bounce back or we'll shatter. Now, we've seen that we don't really have an aura. We have a series of subtle bodies, sheaths, shells, layers, 6 of them in fact, and they're all constantly iterating and interacting with these forces. Now, some people can see these subtle bodies, some people can see the aura, and that's cool enough, but just because we can see something doesn't make it real. In fact, it's been our experience that we have reason to believe it's just the opposite of that. What we've been doing is using the visible as a window into the real.